Hi, my name is Kennedy Kneller, and I'm here to share this video with you for the purpose of helping you understand the relationship between insomnia and concussion recovery, and why it is important to recognize and manage insomnia following a concussion. Understanding insomnia helps to understand concussion and the recovery process. But to start, we have to make sure you understand concussion. Concussion. Even if you haven't been involved in sport, you are probably aware of concussions. You might know that concussions involve the brain and often occur after a hit. But did you know a concussion is classified as a mild traumatic brain injury? If not, here are some other facts for trivia night. It's mostly a functional, not a structural injury, meaning nothing looks abnormal in your brain. And you don't have to be hit on the head to suffer a concussion. If you get hit on your body and your head receives the force, this can also cause one. Between 1.7 and 3.8 million concussions occur per year, and 20% of adolescents in both the US and Canada are estimated to have sustained a concussion. There are a variety of signs and symptoms associated with concussion. These include symptom clusters such as somatic, you feel like a headache, cognitive, your brain isn't working right and foggy, and emotional, you are sad, angry, or experience depression, and sleep. Sleep is an area receiving more and more attention in concussion research over time. Most of the time, you'll recover from a concussion in between 4 to 6 weeks. Sometimes, these symptoms persist longer than 3 months. Sleep following a concussion is an important factor in the recovery process, and there are a range of sleep disturbances that may occur following a concussion, including hypersomnia, daytime drowsiness, parasomnias, excessive lower limb movement, disordered breathing, narcolepsy, and the focus, insomnia. For the purpose of this video, insomnia is defined as an inability to sleep properly during nocturnal hours, resulting in an overall reduction of sleep in a 24-hour period. Insomnia is also based off of negative alterations in behaviors, psychological associations, and biological processes related to sleep. Although these sleep disturbances all may occur, insomnia is the focus of this video for 3 reasons. A number of studies have found insomnia to be the most common disturbance, with 30 to 50% of those who suffer concussion experiencing insomnia. Insomnia lengthens recovery times, and education about insomnia is an essential step in concussion management. Say you experience insomnia following concussion. Your performance in post-concussion testing will be altered. Looking at the symptom profiles of individuals who experience insomnia following a concussion, you would likely report greater headaches, increased dizziness, and more mood disturbances, including anxiety and depression, than someone who does not experience insomnia. Concussion et al. Found insomnia following concussion to be more associated with lower neuropsychological test scores, worse memory, and increased reaction time in adolescent athletes. Insomnia also impacts balance, as noted in adolescent athletes who scored higher on the BEST system. Why? Sleep disturbances, of which insomnia is the most prevalent, have been described as one of the most devastating symptoms post-injury. Sleep is essential to our basic functioning. With insomnia, you experience sleep deprivation, reducing your ability to function even further, past the functional decline caused by concussion alone. Even in healthy people, sleep deprivation has been shown to impact a wide range of emotional, cognitive, and physical functions while reducing overall quality of life. In otherwise healthy adolescents who experience reduced sleep, lower heart rate variability was found, while worse endurance performance after just 1 night of sleep deprivation in young adults was also reported. Attention tasks, reaction time, and short-term memory are the areas of cognitive performance reported to suffer the most. Sleep deprivation increases self-assessed anxiety, confusion, and overall mood disturbance scores in young adults. Interesting specific research by Pallison et al. Found a continuous kicking task in soccer demanding sustained attention was performed much worse when sleep deprived. Tahiri and Ambry showed sleep deprivation to be associated with decreased frontal lobe activity and a greater response in the amygdala, which is the brain's emotional processing region. Sleep deprivation alone can cause many negative outcomes similar to the effects of a concussion. When sleep deprivation due to insomnia occurs following a concussion, it may be difficult to differentiate whether an increased symptom burden and reduced cognitive processes are due to the concussion or the underlying effects of sleep deprivation. Understanding how insomnia can lead to worsening of cognitive and behavioral outcomes is essential to managing concussions. If insomnia is present, symptom recovery may be delayed due to sleep deprivation, causing persistent symptoms. This may delay one's return to sport or school, or if they return to sport or school, result in poor performance. Acknowledging the impact insomnia has, separate from concussion, is important because it sheds light on the vicious cycle that often occurs. Insomnia may lead to headaches, anxiety over sleep habits, causing depressive symptoms due to excessive sleepiness during the day, and irritability, in turn causing persistent insomnia due to these disturbances. If the insomnia persists, it makes these disturbances worse, keeping the cycle going. Awareness allows insomnia to be treated separate from the concussion and can help inform sports medical staff of when to switch from addressing concussion directly to addressing insomnia and the sleep deprivation that results. Sleep deprivation due to insomnia also results in a significantly greater risk of injury following a concussion and may increase the risk of an athlete sustaining a second concussion due to their decreased capacity and increased symptoms. The pathophysiology, which is the complex abnormal functioning of the brain that occurs following a concussion, includes aspects of the concussive injury mechanism related to this, such as the shear forces applied inside the brain when a concussion occurs. These shear forces result in diffuse axonal injury that has an adverse impact on the midbrain and the brainstem. The midbrain contains the hypothalamus, which controls the hormonal and neurotransmitter release. The brainstem contains the reticular activating system, which controls the arousal levels, and this is based on the firing of your neurons, or brain cells. Concussive forces may also affect the pineal gland, reducing the amount of the sleep-inducing hormone melatonin that is produced. Wickwire et al. Outlined how many processes related to sleep-wake regulation involve the interaction between these areas. So concussive injuries disrupt these areas, alter these sleep-wake processes. Circadian rhythm sleep disorder can also disrupt someone's sleep. It occurs when individual sleep patterns don't match the 24-hour environment. Two of the most common are delayed sleep phase syndrome or irregular sleep-wake pattern. Alon et al. Found that 36% of individuals they studied with concussion reported insomnia actually suffered from circadian rhythm sleep disorder. Circadian rhythm sleep disorder delays peaks of melatonin, along with reducing overall melatonin production and reducing the total change in body temperature over a 24-hour period. The sleep deprivation associated with circadian rhythm sleep disorder may also result in the vicious cycle, leading to persistent symptoms. Sleep deprivation not only complicates the management and recovery process, but is detrimental to the athlete's return to sport, school, and in some cases, quality of life. There are 3 simple steps to managing insomnia following a concussion: recognition, test, and treat. Treating may involve cognitive behavioral therapy, melatonin, or in some cases, anti-anxiety medications. To recap, insomnia is important because it is likely to create challenges during the recovery time and cause persistent symptoms. Plus, 30 to 50% of people who get a concussion suffer from insomnia. Insomnia also causes sleep deprivation and creates a vicious cycle linked to persistent symptoms. It may have a behavioral cause, be related to structural damage, or be an actual underlying circadian rhythm sleep disorder. And finally, recognition is the most important step to treat, manage, and prevent negative outcomes due to insomnia following a concussion.